Good evening. We'll begin with a guided meditation for a short time, 10-15 minutes. So please find a comfortable posture. Try to sit up straight so you get some energy from your physical form, your body. Then bring your attention to the breath or any other meditation object you're used to using. And we talk about metta bhavana. Bhavana means mental cultivation or development of certain qualities such as mindfulness, clear comprehension, effort, and wisdom. Metta means goodwill or kindness. So even if you're, for example, practicing mindfulness of breathing, following the feeling of the in and out breath, you also need to cultivate the quality of metta at the same time. So that's partly developing a skillful attitude, one of goodwill, or based in goodwill for yourself as you meditate. Quite often we begin our meditation with accumulated negativity from our day, our work, our relationships, our life. So just to remind yourself what you're doing is coming out of goodwill, your wish to be more at peace, more content and free from suffering. So partly it's an attitude, partly it's the guidance or the instructions you give yourself as you meditate. Many people, as they meditate, they get frustrated with their wandering mind, thinking too much, sleepy, or particular thoughts are bothering them. And then we tend to react and lose our goodwill, our metta. So you have to remind yourself to bring up the metta as you meditate. The standard sort of comment is, I meditate and then I'm thinking too much, so I get angry. So meditation makes me angry. If you establish goodwill from the offset, then that's harder to happen. So goodwill means tolerance, patience, kindness towards yourself at this time, acceptance. If you do have a lot of thoughts all over your mind is all over the place, just accept that. Try not to be too harsh on yourself. Because you need to have the goodwill and the more positive energy if you're going to train your mind to come back to the breath and know the breath and let go of everything else. You can't do it through forcing your mind. If you're meditating following the in and out breath, if you try and force your mind, pressure your mind, squash your mind down onto the breath, you won't be able to sustain that for very long. You have a reaction. You may give yourself a headache or feel tension throughout your body because you're trying too hard or you're forcing your mind in a certain way. You also might find that it's unsustainable because it's too uncomfortable to force your mind, pressure your mind. You need to find the right attitude, the right words to guide yourself as you meditate. Your aim is still to bring attention to the breath, to bring up this quality of knowing. One breath in, you know. One breath out, you know. Knowing the sensation of the breath, the feeling. But at the same time, the dialogue in your mind, the words, the thoughts, the commentary, you need to cultivate goodwill and acceptance. It doesn't mean to say you won't have irritated, angry, negative thoughts arise. But when they do, try to treat them well, accept them. So if you get angry with the way you're thinking as you meditate, you'll only compound the problem, make it worse. So whether it's a restless mind, sleepiness, worry, doubt, pain in your legs, whatever you find as you start to meditate that's bothering you, try to treat it with goodwill, relax a bit, accept whatever's coming up, and then return your attention to the breath. And that in itself is an enlightening experience in learning to treat your own body and mind well, with kindness, respecting yourself as a human being, giving yourself value as a human being, seeing the potential within yourself to practice this Buddhist path, develop yourself in a good way. Even if you haven't got there yet, you have that potential within you. So you need to nurture these good qualities with metta. Goodwill has a nurturing quality, rather than trying to fight yourself or blame yourself all the time. So attitude is important as you meditate, trying to bring this more kind, compassionate attitude to your meditation. This will help. And then, of course, put effort into knowing the breath as it goes in and the breath as it goes out. The sensation picking it up at one point or another, so maybe at the tip of your nostrils. And keep returning to that point. Teaching your mind to settle down, but not forcing it, just guiding it gently to that point, to be aware of the in and out breath. And if you find you're falling asleep, well, you can open your eyes, put more effort into your sitting posture, sit up straight. There's a number of things you can do to help yourself get out of the sleepiness. But we're not meditating to make ourselves unhappy or angry. We're cultivating the quality of mindfulness, clear comprehension, effort, and ultimately wisdom, understanding. So I'll stop talking for now, and for the rest of the period you can meditate on the breath until you hear the sound of the bell.